gonna make a new fantasy league account. I'm not joining. What? I'm not joining. Fantasy team creating.
We're just gonna do what we were gonna do.
Okay, what do we do now? Hey, let's go now. Focus. What do we do now, Ellie? Stat.
And then
Calc.
and then
5. Thank you. The quad regression we're doing now. Okay. So all I have to do is hit enter. Some of you have to move your cursor down to calculate first. And we get this. Now, when we did linear regressions, we only went to like hundreds. We need to go about 4 or 5 decimal places when we write these equations, so that when we try to answer the question they ask us, we'll be more accurate. Okay? So I'm going to put in 0.09983 for my A. And then it's x squared, right? Right above it tells you where to put the A, the B, and the C. You guys already know that stuff. For the second one, for the B, I'm going to go 49778, and it's negative. That's your X, or that's your B value. And then C, I'm going to go down to like the 8, I think. Like 5 decimal places. So I'm going to run out of room, so I'll just put it up here. Minus 5.00718. Okay? So we need to go further on these quadratics than we did on the linear ones. So let's go like 4 to 5 decimal places. Let's go 5 just to go from there. So then we'll be more accurate when we answer the question. What's the question? Ellen?
how much weight squared by x is 22?
Right, so 22 inches is which value? X or Y? The X. So I put the 22 in for X. Okay? So it's 0.09983 and then 22 squared. Minus 0.49778. And then the minus. Thank you. All right, so when I use that big of a decimal and put it in, we'll be more accurate for our answer. Because I was doing one earlier today and I rounded it, and then our answer didn't make sense. Okay, so that's not that tough to do, just plug it in, right? So 32.4, and what is that? Somebody said it. Tons, yeah. So that's about, 5,000 pounds? How much is a ton? 2,000, right? So 2 times 32 would be 64. Yeah, close to 65,000 pounds. We wouldn't fall in through that ice then, would we? We hope not. 22 inches, that's almost 2 foot thick, right? All right, questions on that? So when we do these types of problems, as long as we plug into our calculator correctly, we're going to get the right answer, right? All right, so should we miss any of those? Yes or no? Probably not, right? But some of you did, you did a good job. You got your equation, but you didn't answer the question on your homework. Like the last 2, you guys got your equations, but a lot of you didn't put the answer to the question. Each one had a question. All right, so let's make sure we do that. All right, some people were saying they were having trouble with 16. Okay, so weren't sure which one to use. Well, what do you think that point is there, that 0, 180? That's the vertex, yeah. So they gave us a vertex and a point. So we would use vertex point. All right? This one. Okay? Remember, the vertex point that they give you is the H and the K, and then the regular point they give you is the X and the Y. Okay? Isabella, you see that? Vertex is the HK. The point it passes through is the XY. So the Y was 164. And we got to figure out the A so we can write the equation. The X is 1. The H is 0. And the K is 180. If that was a negative 180, then we put minus 180 for the K. All right? If that was a negative, well, it's 0, so we can't really have a negative 0. But if that was like a negative 2 there for the vertex, then this would be 1 plus 2, right? Minus a negative. So, what's 1 minus 0? 1. What's 1 squared? 1, right? So that's just A. So all I got to do is what? Subtract the 180. What's that, negative 16? Okay? So then my equation, and that's all I had to write was the equation, right? When you write the equation, you can leave the y, and the x, So A, and then x minus 0 squared plus 180. If you just put x squared because you knew x minus 0 was x, that's okay. That's probably how you would see the answer in the book. They would write negative 16x squared plus 180. Okay? Anything else question-wise? A lot of you were asking me about that one when I walked around, so I just thought I'd do it. All right, we're good for number, what number was that? 17? They gave us the x-intercepts on this one. So do this one. I'll just write the equation. Oops. This thing is a little goofy right now. Again, my P, one of these is P, and it's the X value. And one of these is Q. Does it matter which one's which? It doesn't matter. But it's the X value. Okay? And then again, the point it passes through would be the X and the Y when you plug into here to find A. All right? Okay. And then the other two were just circumference. And I think, what answer did I get? I got, when it was 10, I got 18,000 pounds when I plugged 10 in. And for 22, once we got our equation, and then plugged in 1.7, we got 18.96 feet, or if you want to round it to 19 feet, that's okay. All right, make sense? Okay. Today's just a review of the last 2 days. Okay? No. Quiz is next Wednesday. All right, it's actually a chapter 2 test, so it'll be stuff from the last quiz as well on it. Okay, so I want you guys just for practice to do this right now, and then we'll go over here. What this table is showing us is fuel efficiencies of a vehicle, a car or a truck or a van, whatever it is, at different speeds. So write the equation, the function, and then figure out what the best gas mileage would be. So there's your data. All right.
You bet I will. You don't think I will?
I'm going.
We'll try to do anything last week. No, I don't. I don't. We had a clear out there. That was very good. Robbie.
I want you to take that.
You understand?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I like that too.
Did I give it to you? You sure?
Yeah. Yeah, we're done talking about it.
They're pretty fair. Just let me know where you're
I
at.
hear what you said.
Yeah, you heard me.
Okay, I was just making sure.
You're no longer.
Sure,
Sounds like you guys got it. All right. So again, the only reason you might have made a mistake is if you put a number in wrong. So I always try to check my data and make sure I have the right numbers. So the first one's right. Those bottom ones are right. 25.8 showed up twice, right? With 50 and 45. 23.7 and 36.30. So it, since this doesn't take that much time, take a little bit of time to check to make sure you put it in right. Because if you don't put it in right, you're not going to get the right answer, correct? Okay. So we go back to stat and calc, and these are quadratic regressions, number 5, and then calculate it. So here's our information on our calculator. All right, so here's our equation. Now again, let's go to 5 decimal places to make sure we got it right here. So negative 0.01409. There's 5 of them. And that's our x squared. That's our a value. So which way does it open since it's negative? Down, right? And then plus, because it's a positive b, 1 point, and we'll go 36621. That's your x. And then minus your c, 7.14405. Okay? So, any questions about the equation? All right. Anybody's calculator not get that? Okay, if you didn't, just check your data. All right, now, this says find the best gas mileage. Now, when you have a car and you want good gas mileage, what kind of number do you want? You want a high number or a low number? A high. So since this opens down, it looks like this, right? So where am I going to get the highest? Yeah, the vertex, which is a max, right? So basically we're finding the max. How do I do that when it's in standard form like this? How do I find the max? Well, I got to find first, or the vertex, I guess. Right, axis of symmetry. Right? How do I find axis of symmetry? What's our little equation? Good. Negative b over 2a. So I heard some people punching that in. What's that equal? And remember, you should do this, I guess. Add an extra set of parentheses there. If not, it'll divide by 2 and then multiply by that, instead of dividing by that whole thing. Divided by, and then put that in parentheses. 2, well, I guess if you wrote, well, 2, if I hit times instead of instead of a parentheses, negative 0.01409, like that. So we get a 48.48. All right. So my vertex is 48. Let's go again. 5 spots. 48154. Just try to stay accurate. I'm looking for this number, right? The y value. That's the max value. So I want to plug that in. Okay. So negative 0.01409 times 48. Well, I could do this. Let me show you something. I might not have done this before to you. All right. The last answer I got was that number, right? So if I hit second, the negative sign, it says answer above that, it'll put in that whole number for you, so you don't have to type it in. Then it's squared, remember. Then the plus 1.36621 times that answer again, second answer, so I don't have to type it in. So you can always hit second negative sign to put in the last answer you had. So we can use it both times. And then minus, what was it, 7.14405. 25.97. I'll just put it here. That goes right there for my vertex. Is that the highest compared to all these we just saw? Yeah. So, did we answer it right? Maybe I didn't answer it right. Find the function amount. Use the miles per fraction of the best gas mileage. Okay. So that is our miles per gallon there, right? So if we go 48.5 miles per hour, that's going to be our best gas mileage, which is between 45 and 50. Those were the same. Make sense? Okay, nothing new today. Do I need to do another one of those? I think you got this, don't you? All right, so I just have a couple, no, only 4 problems again, like last night. A couple that you have to, find the equations, and then 2 where you're finding the data. And make sure you answer the question. Okay? Make sure you answer the question. Good job today.